this tutorial we're going to cut, weed, and iron heat transfer vinyl onto a canvas bag. A kit containing all the necessary tools and materials is available for purchase at Kraftgineer.com. This design, the Paisley Pumpkin, is available at Kraftgineer.com. Begin by cutting the pumpkin body on orange heat transfer vinyl. Make sure you mirror the design so it can be placed on the bag properly. Cut shiny side down. Cut the pumpkin stem on green heat transfer vinyl. Cut the name on black heat transfer vinyl. Alright, so now it's time to weed your design. The first thing you want to do is use your chalk and do a slight pass in order to be able to see all the weed lines a little bit better. You don't want to use too much, you don't want to use too little. Alright, and now that we can see all of our weed lines a little bit better, using your weeding tool or a bubble popper, we're gonna start. And I like to start with the easy stuff so it goes quicker. Just throw the trash to the side. So the little dots are a little bit harder to weed because they want to come up. So all you have to do is use your tool to keep them down and pull as you go. So now that we're done with all the tiny little detailed stuff, I'm gonna finish weeding the entire design, which should take a lot less than the highly detailed stuff. So we just grab one corner and we start peeling very carefully in case some of our design stuff starts lifting out. So just pull straight down. Don't do it at an angle. Do it right against the vinyl. I like to cut as I go so it doesn't get too complicated. See a little dot that's out of place. I just use my weeding tool and put it back where it goes. Keep pulling. We're gonna cut. Now let's do the other side. To make the weeding a little bit easier, I'm gonna cut the extra. Just want to grab my scissors, cut off the extra, set it to the side. We can reuse this and then start weeding again. And there it is. The orange part of our pumpkin is completely weeded. Do one more final check to make sure that you didn't miss a single little piece, because once you iron it on, you can't remove it. Next we're gonna do the stem, which I decided to do it in green. and we're gonna do the same steps. First, we're gonna grab our chalk. We're gonna do a quick pass so we can see the lines, the weed lines. And now we're gonna start weeding. For the paisleys that have a lot of detail or the little dots, I like to rub it with my finger to make sure that all the dots stick to your carrier. Okay, so the stem is done. So we have our orange part of the pumpkin and the green. You do not put them together until you're ready to iron them. So the next and last thing we need to weed is our name, which was done in black. So we're gonna do the same thing. Quick pass. That's it. So now we have our name, our pumpkin, and our stem. Cut, weeded, and ready to be ironed onto our bag. Alright, the next step is to iron on our material onto our bag. You want to make sure that you use a heat-safe surface. I'm using my Teflon sheet and a desk. It needs to be very sturdy because you need to apply a lot of pressure onto the vinyl. So we have our Teflon sheet. We're gonna lay our bag down, and then we're gonna use our laser thermometer to make sure that our iron is hot enough for the vinyl. The temperature needs to read between 305 and 350 per scissor weed specs. Lay your bag flat on your surface. Then the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick pass to get rid of all the moisture that the bag may have. This will allow the vinyl to attach itself a lot easier, and it will prevent a lot of the peeling. So we do a quick little pass. You want to make sure that your steam option is off because you do not want steam on your bag. The first color that we're going to do is our orange. We're going to try to center it as much as possible. You can use one of the centering tools, or you can use tape to get it perfectly centered, but I'm just going to eyeball it. Remember, you're also going to have the stem up here, so you don't want to go too high or too low. I'm going to press it down with my squeegee so that I have it nice and flat on my surface. Okay. Now you want to grab parchment paper. If you have another Teflon sheet, you can use another sheet, but I'm going to use parchment paper. Now that we have it all covered, the next step is to iron our design. You want to press it down with a lot of pressure, as much pressure as you can downwards and as much pressure as your surface can take. And you want to do it about 10 seconds per area. So we're going to start in this corner and we're going to move this way and then do the bottom half. And it should be ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and peel it hot. If you notice that your vinyl didn't stick in some areas, like here, put your parchment paper back on and give it one more pass. Try this again. Remember, you have to apply a lot of downwards pressure. Alright, perfect. So it's peeling off really nicely. Once you've peeled the carrier sheet, you want to put the parchment paper one more time down on it and then press it one last time to make sure that all those tiny little details are ironed on so it doesn't peel off when you're using it or if you decide to wash it. Remember, the key here is not just heat, it's also pressure because the heat transfer vinyl is activated by pressure too. Next, we're gonna do the green the green stem. So we're gonna go ahead and place it where it goes. That looks nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and press it down. Use my squeegee to make sure that it's all the way down. Oh, I see that it's touching the orange, so I'm gonna scooch it up a little bit. Alrighty, that looks good. I'm gonna do the green stem, and then I'm also gonna do the name. I'm gonna try to center it as much as possible. There we go. So now our green stem and our black name are on the pumpkin. We're gonna put the parchment paper on, and we're gonna iron for 10 seconds. And perfectly. Now let's take off the carrier sheet for both our colors, our stem and our name. Put your parchment paper back on your pumpkin. Let's do one quick pass, and we're gonna be all done. Okay. Remove our parchment paper. And that's it. We are done with our bag. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe below.